Greetings, dear viewers. I am not entirely benevolent. I am making this video as a memorandum for myself. It's not perfect, but hopefully, it gets you going in the right direction. Today's topic I shall call, a master app with Flask, running multiple programs at once on your Pi. Today, I shall explore the question, can you run multiple apps in Flask, using Python, on your Raspberry Pi 4? Put more simply, on your Pi, using Flask, can you run more than one app at a time? Even more simply, can you run more than one app in Flask? The answer is, yes. Yes, you can run multiple apps, accessible through Flask, on your Raspberry Pi 4. Yes, Flask allows you to run more than one app. According to my research, there are a few different ways to achieve this. One method, you can combine all your different apps into a single program. This works, however, I won't be demonstrating this. Another method, you can create a master app in Python, which allows you to access your different apps. The only caveat is that you need to have your different apps running in separate terminals. Also, apparently, you can end the programs when you run them in the console terminal. I haven't tried this yet. The following should make more sense in a moment as we look at some sample code, but your apps all need to be running on different ports. You'll have to make the fine adjustments in your save code. For instance, I have the master app running on port 5000, and the simple adder app running on port 5001. Yes, you'll notice I have blocked out my IP addresses in the screenshots. Let's get more into it. Running multiple apps and having a table of contents. By default, Flask runs one app per Python process, so you can't just switch apps inside the same Flask instance. My preferred option, Option A, master app with links to other apps. You can create one main Flask app that acts as a launcher or table of contents. Each app you've written can live in its own Python file, e.g., app1.py, app2.py. Your master app can generate a web page with a list of links pointing to each app. Technically, clicking a link could redirect to a different Flask app if each runs on a different port, e.g., http://raspberry 5001, http://raspberry 5002. Example of a master app table of contents. The following code will create a web page with clickable links to all your apps. From Flask import Flask, render_template_string. App equals Flask, __name__. List of apps and their URLs, ports. Apps equals name, simple app, URL, http://:5001. Name, temperature monitor, URL, http://:5002. Name, LED controller, URL, http://:5003. Add app root, /def index. HTML equals h1 my Flask apps /h1ol. For app_info in apps. HTML plus equals f lia ref equals app_info URL app_info name /a/lia. HTML plus equals /ol. Return HTML. If __name__ equals __main__. App run, host equals 0.0.0.0, port equals 5000. Here's a detailed, line-by-line explanation of the code, followed by an overall summary of what it does. Line 1, from Flask import Flask, render_template_string. This line imports the Flask class, which is used to create a Flask web application, and render_template_string, which allows you to render HTML directly from a string instead of using separate template files. In this code, render_template_string isn't actually used, but it could be used if you wanted to make the HTML generation cleaner. Line 3, app equals Flask, __name__. This creates an instance of the Flask application. The __name___ argument tells Flask to look for templates and static files relative to this script's location. This app variable is the central object that handles all routing and requests. Line 6 to 10, the apps list. This is a Python list containing dictionaries, where each dictionary represents a separate app with a name and a URL. For example, simple app is at http:// IP address 5001. This list will later be used to dynamically generate links on the main page. Line 12 at app root /. This is a root decorator. It tells Flask that the function immediately below, index, should be executed whenever someone visits the root URL / of the server. Essentially, this defines what the homepage of your Flask site will do. Line 13, def index. This defines the function index that handles requests to the root URL. Line 14, HTML equals h1 my Flask apps /h1all. Here, a string variable HTML is initialized with the opening HTML for a header, h1, and an unordered list, all. This is the start of building the HTML page that will display all your apps. Line 15 to 16, for app_info and apps, and HTML plus equals f lia href equals app_info URL app_info name /a/li. This for loop iterates over each dictionary in the apps list. For each app, it adds a list item, li, with a hyperlink, a, that points to the app's URL and displays the app's name. This dynamically builds the list of links on the page. Line 17, HTML plus equals /all. This closes the unordered list in the HTML string, completing the HTML structure for the list of apps. Line 18, return HTML. This sends the completed HTML string as the response to the client. When someone visits the root URL, they see a page with a header and clickable links to all the apps listed in apps. Line 20, if __name__ equals __main__. This line checks whether the script is being run directly, not imported as a module in another script. If it is, the following block runs. This is a standard Python pattern to allow the script to be reusable. Line 21, app run, host equals 0.0.0.0, port equals 5000. This starts the Flask web server. Host equals 0.0.0.0 makes the server accessible from any device on the same network, not just the Raspberry Pi itself. Port equals 5000 sets the port number for the server, so the homepage can be accessed at http:// IP address 5000. Overall summary. This Python code sets up a simple Flask web server on your Raspberry Pi, or any computer running it. The server's homepage, / displays a list of your other Flask apps as clickable links. The apps list stores the names and URLs of these apps, and the index function dynamically builds an HTML page with links for each one. Running this script launches the server on port 5000, making the homepage accessible from any device on your network. Essentially, this is a central hub page for quickly navigating to multiple Flask applications you have running on different ports.